All right, welcome. If you're looking to start building muscle, but you feel kind of overwhelmed by all the crazy, complex info out there, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down a simple, no-nonsense blueprint for any beginner who wants to build some real strength. Let's dive right in.
Okay, first things first, we've got to get our mindset right. And this right here, this perfectly sums up the core philosophy of this entire plan. It's the 25-75 rule. Look, your workout, that hour you spend in the gym, that's only 25% of the whole picture. The other 75%, what you eat, how you sleep, how you recover, that is 3 times more important. If you remember nothing else, remember this. It's the key.
So, let's kick things off with that 25%. We're going to cover the fundamental principles of the workout itself before we even look at a weekly schedule. Think of these as the rules of the road for making sure your gym time is as effective as it possibly can be.
The foundation of this whole program is built on something called compound exercises. Now, the real magic here is just how efficient they are. Instead of doing some exercise that only works one tiny muscle, movements like squats or pull-ups get a ton of different muscle groups working all at once. What does that mean for you? It means more bang for your buck in every single rep. You're stimulating way more growth in a lot less time.
You're going to see this term, training to failure, pop up a few times in this plan. It's a simple idea, but it's super powerful. All it means is that you push yourself on an exercise until you physically cannot do one more rep with good form. And those last 2 words are crucial: good form. This makes sure you're pushing your muscles to their absolute limit safely, and that's a huge trigger for growth. So, what does this actually look like week to week? It's beautiful in its simplicity. We're talking 4 sessions a week, about an hour each. You'll focus on just 2 exercises for each muscle group, and you'll do 3 sets of about 6 to 8 reps. Now, check out the rest time. 2 to 3 minutes is pretty standard, but look, a full 5 minutes for leg exercises. Why? Because that extra recovery is absolutely essential for generating the power you need for those heavy leg movements.
All right, let's see how this all comes together in a weekly schedule. This is your game plan, laying out exactly what to train and when to take a break.
So here it is, your 5-day cycle. We're hitting the big muscle groups on their own dedicated days. Legs on day 1, chest and triceps on day 2, and then back on day 4. Now, you'll notice day 3 is a dedicated rest day. This is non-negotiable. You need it for recovery. Then we finish up the training week on day 5, hitting all those supporting actors. The smaller muscles like your core, biceps, and calves. They're totally essential for your overall strength and stability.
So, we've covered the 25%. We've got our workout plan locked in. But you know what? If we stop there, we are never going to see the results we want. It's time to focus on the part that really moves the needle.
This is it. This is the real engine of muscle growth, right here. Everything you do outside the gym, your nutrition, your hydration, your sleep, that's what takes the stress from your workout and actually turns it into new strength.
Let's start with fuel, because timing is everything. You want to eat a good, solid, high-energy meal about 3 hours before you train. This gives your body plenty of time to digest and turn that food, like oats or rice or eggs, into real, usable energy for your session. I mean, going into a workout without proper fuel, it's like trying to start a road trip with an empty tank. You're just not going to get very far.
And hydration is just as important. The strategy here is pretty simple. It's a 2-parter. First, just drink plenty of water consistently all day long. But second, during your workout, you're going to sip on water that's mixed with a little bit of electrolyte powder. This helps replace the salts you lose when you sweat, and trust me, it is especially critical on a brutal leg day to keep cramps and fatigue away.
To build muscle, you need to be in what's called a slight calorie surplus. But look, it doesn't have to be complicated. The approach here is just eat slightly more than you normally would. We're not talking about force-feeding yourself. Just add 1 extra roti or maybe a small scoop of rice to one of your meals. It's a tiny, sustainable change that gives your body the extra fuel it needs for growth.
But what if that's still a struggle, right? What if you just have a small appetite, and the idea of eating even a little bit more feels like a huge chore? It's a super common problem.
Well, here's the solution. Drink your calories. This simple shake is an absolute game changer. With some oats, milk, and peanut butter, you can easily pack in around 700 high-quality calories. It's fast, it's easy to get down, and it is a fantastic way to hit that calorie surplus without feeling totally stuffed all the time.
Okay, now for what is probably the most underrated part of any fitness plan: sleep. The number you see on screen is simple. It's not a suggestion, it's non-negotiable. 8 hours.
minimum. This isn't just rest. This is when your body is actively repairing tissue and building new muscle.
And you know, it's not just about the number of hours, it's about the timing. The source material really emphasizes getting to bed early, ideally by 11 p.m. So why is that? Well, because the most restorative, growth-promoting phases of sleep happen in the first half of the night. So sleeping early literally maximizes your body's own natural recovery cycle.
Okay, so we've covered working out, eating, and sleeping. But what about your rest days? I promise you they are not do-nothing days. There's one last piece to this puzzle, and it's called active recovery. On your non-gym days, the goal is to help your body heal and get stronger. Spend just 15 to 20 minutes doing some mobility exercises and active stretching. This is great for strengthening your tendons and improving your range of motion. And hey, don't forget your heart. A short run on the weekend, gradually building up the distance, is perfect for your cardiovascular health.
And that brings us full circle, right back to the single most important takeaway from this whole thing. Your time in the gym, that's just the spark. The real fire of growth is fueled by everything you do in the other 23 hours of the day.
Ultimately, this blueprint isn't just a workout plan. It's a call to look at your entire lifestyle. And it leaves all of us with one really critical question to think about. Whether you're building muscle or you're tackling any other goal in your life, are you truly respecting that 75%? What does your 25-75 split really look like?